Hi YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about Moon in the 8th house. Now, heads up, I shuffle my tarot when I film because it helps me communicate and get a better grasp of what I'm speaking of and like the topic and just to really like connect and things. Along with that, the moon is who you are at the core. It's how you feel. It's your emotions. It's a lot of the times a side that nobody really sees. Now, whatever house the moon is in is where you express those emotions. It's where you really feel these emotions. It's where those, whatever house it is, whatever moon your house is in, whatever the house your moon is where those feelings of that house or whatever category that house is, that's where it's really prominent, the feelings. It's where you kind of associate the most with when it comes to your feelings. Now, the moon is in this house, traditionally ruled by Scorpio. In your in your natal chart, it doesn't necessarily have to be Scorpio, but this house is ruled by Scorpio traditionally, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and that is the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation. But Scorpio is also a water sign, which is very deep, intense, profound, sensitive, intuitive. So you can have these qualities as well. You kind of pick up more scorpionic qualities when it comes to your moon sign. And my Venus is in this house, and I love this house, and I love like everything about it just because, I don't know, it's interesting and I love to speak about it. So I only finished 3 of my moon series videos, and I just jumped straight to this one because I was like, I need to film this one. It's like one of my favorite places for the moon. Anyways, so like starting off, these people have a deep sensitivities to other people, to themselves, to their surroundings, and they take up interest when it comes to the occult, death, sex, like anything like taboo, a lot of pain, abuse. These people can either relate to it or they feel deeply about it, and they always like to dig deeper into these topics. In a sense, anything of that area of the mystery and the unknown is really interesting to them, and they always like to know more about it. These people can have psychic abilities sometimes, or they may just be super intuitive. They have really good gut instincts, and they're very aware of what's dangerous and what they should avoid in life, or like what they have very overprotective instincts, especially on like more of an emotional level. When it comes to their emotions, they're really guarded about it because these people do feel really deeply, especially when it comes to love. And what happens here is that usually they, as they get older, they tend to close up a little bit more regarding their emotions and their past and all of this, because in their past lives, or maybe growing up, their family life might have been intense and passionate, and might have had been a little bit broken. Maybe their emotional needs weren't met. Maybe they just really didn't feel as they belonged. Maybe there was a lot of death in the family, maybe of the mother, or maybe just someone that you really loved and you really cared for, or they really touched your heart, you had a close connection with them, and they passed away. Or maybe you are prone to have people in your life that are like very sick when it comes to terminal diseases, or you yourself might be prone to that, but usually it's others around you. This house is the house of death and all of that. So if you have this placement, you're most likely to die peacefully and die more of an old age, unless there's another planet in here aspecting that determines it, But for the most part, these people, they themselves, they're the ones that take the burden of their loved ones around them. That's the thing. They're prone to depression, and they're prone to anxiety, and they're prone to jealousy and being possessive and maybe being a little manipulative. And it's all because they have this guard up of being hurt because they have been hurt in the past. Or maybe they just are very overprotective because they know their heart is gold. They know what they have to offer is gold. And they know what they want in relationships, especially when it comes to one-on-one partner relationships. They want that deep, intense relationship. And you know what? They can be all giving. They can bend back and over for their lovers or their loved ones, but in a sense, they have a really like a profound outlook at life, and they see everything with a deeper meaning, but also they understand that life isn't fair, so it's like at times they can feel sorry for themselves because they don't understand why everything's happening to them, or they might feel as if they're not worthy of love, or maybe they're not worthy of those soul connections that they really long for, and they might be subjected to abuse. Maybe in their home life they were emotionally abused, maybe physically abused, maybe just neglected and abandoned. These people have gone something and that have been something through in like their past life. It could be a past life, or it can be like, when I say past, I just mean like in your younger years, or when you were younger or growing up, things like that. There's tends to be something about heartbreak or loss, anything that has to do with like the taboo things. Maybe your mother, because the moon is the mother, and it's how you view your mother as well. So it could be that you view your mom as someone who is very deep and spiritual, maybe someone who is emotionally damaged, maybe someone who is very overprotective and guarded of their feelings, maybe someone who is a little bit manipulative. And like a lot of times you can inherit things from your family. This is also the house of inheritance, and it tends to be from the mother, but it can also be from the father. It's most likely the mother, though. If your moon's here, if your Venus is here, it's most likely the father. But along with that, you need, like, these people feel a need to probe deeply into who they are. They have a link to their subconscious mind that they can constantly be thinking about past hurts, or maybe they're doing fine and then they remember all of these past hurts and just past memories. They can be painful and they can be good. It's just either way, the memories that they have are deep and intense. It's like on both sides of the spectrums. It can be like very good or very bad, but there's no in between usually. Sorry, okay. There's usually like no in between when it comes to love, and things that make you happy, and things that you hate, and things that you love, you really love, you become deeply attached to people, especially if they are someone that understands you or that you can relate to. You really, all you long for in life is, you're not necessarily the material person. You understand that this world isn't everything, and you feel as if merging souls and merging emotionally is a stronger connection. You want to become one with somebody, and you want to share everything with, but you want loyalty and you want honesty, because you can be afraid of getting hurt, and so what you really want in life is to find connections with other people that 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 you can trust, that you understand. This house is ruled by Scorpio, and Scorpios usually long for someone that understands and has been through a rough past as well. They're not necessarily the person that wants to fix anybody. In fact, they like people that are a little bit damaged and have a little bit of mystery and hurt and pain to them, because most likely these people, if you have your moon in the 8th house, you are a little bit damaged emotionally, and you had to go through a lot, and you had to become emotionally strong. Scorpio is all about regeneration, and and healing, death, rebirth, and transformation. You may go through phases in your life where you go through hard things, but you come out stronger. You come out a new person. You come out transformed. And it could also be you spiral like downwards or you spiral upwards. But either way, it's like your outlook on life, your outlook on who you are as a person, and how people's true intentions really are, they're constantly changing in a sense. Like, you always look for a deeper meaning. You always are trying to find out what else is there. You can read between the lines of people's true intentions very easily, but sometimes you can read a little bit like too far into them because you have your wall up and you don't want to get hurt. You have a powerful unconscious mind. So you might be a dreamer who has very vivid dreams, but everything that you dream about is like almost as if you're connecting and communicating in another realm. And that's honestly your like unconscious mind revealing all these things to you. It's like they're linked. Your conscious mind and your unconscious mind are linked, but it's like almost as if you don't notice this because it's what you're used to, it's what you've known, and this is who you are, it's been who you are your entire life. But trust me, not everyone has this. Not everyone can see things for how they really are. Not everyone can understand the world around them and their spiritual being. You have strong healing instincts and strong healing techniques that help you to nurture and grow others and help you to grow yourself, and things related to death, sex, pain, abuse, as I said before, they really interest you because you feel a connection to them, maybe in a past life that had to do something with that, but it's almost as sexually connecting with partners is like merging with your souls. You take that very seriously, and you don't really mess around in relationships if it's like someone playing with your heart. For you, it's all or nothing, and you are very sensitive to other people's emotions, and you like that passion. You like having someone who is a very passionate partner, who's someone very raw. Maybe you like relationships that are a little bit of the unknown, where you guys are more like connected spiritually and connected mentally and connected wholeheartedly and more on a spiritual realm and a spiritual being more than this physical world. You can't put your mind into the spiritual world. It just doesn't work. The way you communicate with others and the way that you truly feel and the way that you are so intuitive, and it's like it's not of this world. Unfortunate situations can destroy love for you, and I can't necessarily say like what those unfortunate situations are because for everyone it's different. It could be love, it could be breakups. I mean it could be like breakups, it can be like a death in the family, it can be death of a child, it can be death of a mother that you had a strong connection with. A lot of times these people view their father as someone who wasn't there, or maybe he treated the mother as if poorly, I would say, or maybe they were treated poorly by the father. I'm not saying that the mother can't display these qualities, but more often than not, there's a more intense feeling towards the mother, more of a connectedness with the mother, a more like protective, nurturing instinct. For the most part, that's how it is, and a lot of times this could indicate a home life growing up where there was a little bit of instability emotionally. I'm not saying that's going to happen to everybody, but a lot of times it either could be that's how you felt, or that is literally what was going on in the home life. Yes, you like to play psychologist a lot, and you like to dig deep into other people's mind because, in a way, when you look into the deeper meaning of other things and other people, it helps you to uncover and open your unconscious mind and allow you to dig deeper into who you are and why things happen to you and why things are the way that they are. And like the more that you connect with others on that level, the more you start to find out and really connect with who you are and who you're meant to be. And that is a really good thing. You express yourself through the emotional bonds that you make with other people. When you are in love, you see the world in a better light. When you have those connections with other people, you are more of someone that needs those real raw connections. You don't like superficiality. In fact, you hate superficiality, and you can read right through it and you're like, get the fuck away from me. I cannot deal with this right now. Like you're more of that type of person, and you despise false identities, and you yourself can embody those false identities when it comes down to it if you really needed to. But small talk is not your thing. You don't like small talk. You probably like deep conversations where you get to know someone on a true level, because in a way you know that life isn't perfect, and you know that like maybe like if you went through something, there's always someone that goes through it too. And because you're not open and you're very secretive at times, you can hold on to secrets for your dear life when it comes to like opening up or just about your past. And the truth is, you can keep other people's secrets very well, and you like to collect the information, and sometimes you just know things like without even having to do the research. Your gut instinct is just like, they're lying and this is the truth, without even having to know. And like when you figure that out, you honestly just let it be until they do something to stab you in the back, and then you decide to expose them, or like then you decide to like hurt them back and become a little bit manipulative and all of that. Because when a Scorpio is, I'm not a Scorpio, I'm talking about Scorpio moons right now, but like in a way this applies. But like if your moon is in the 8th house, when it comes to what was I gonna say? Crap, I don't remember. Okay, when it comes to I don't remember. I'm gonna end the video here because I literally do not remember what I just was about to say. And then I will comment, like after I rewatch the video, I'll leave a comment in the description down below what I was gonna say. But I know that was the last thing that I was gonna say. So that was it for this video on my moon in the 8th house. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment if you feel any constructive criticism that you have, any advice if you think I left anything out, and yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in my next video.